And the reason why I haven't been recording is because I'm trying to change the vlogs to just my normal everyday vlogs instead of me working, because I'm not a really big fan of recording at work. So I figured I would give y'all an update on what's going on the farm. And one big thing that's been going on is it's very dry. We haven't gotten a rain in a while now again, and in total I've had about a little over 2 inches this year. So it's really dry, and if it doesn't rain soon, we can't water enough for the crops to produce a good crop without rain. And so I'm checking one of my wells here. It's been pumping air pretty bad. The water level dropped so bad, so I'm checking it to see if it's stable. So let's do that right quick. So it's holding good pressure at 90, 91, whatever it was. That's how far I have to squeeze it for the water level to stay above the pump. And that well usually is supposed to run about 60, but I was able to run it at 70 most of the year and have enough pressure at the system, which we're gonna go check the pressure at the system now, and also check the flow meter on it to see how much water is coming through. I gotta check one more well. I'm putting fertilizer down as we are speaking, as I am speaking. And I was gonna give a shout out to Justin Outdoor Vlogs. He hasn't made a video in a while either. I don't know if he's just busy at work as well or what, but check out his videos. He's pretty cool dude. He shouted out me, figured I'd give him a shout out. And I'll show you the crops here in a minute, but right now we'll go check the pressure on, or first we'll check one of my other wells, then we'll go check the pressure and the flow meter. But yeah, I was able to squeeze that thing at 70. I never even had to bring it down to 60. And it was just one day I had 30 pounds at the system, 30 pounds of pressure, and the next day it was just gone. I don't understand. Just one day. It took one day. So I'm gonna check the fertilizer and this pump here right quick. This is the corner that I plowed, and I put hay grazer in it. So like now in the morning it looks good, but I won't even show you what it looks like after lunch. It's just all shriveled up and it's just pretty ugly looking, and I can see a lot of worms out here. Or like a lot of the leaves have worm damage, so I guess maybe the worms are noticing the heat and the dry too. They're taking a munch on the hay grazer here. So like the wells are holding up, I should have 11 pounds at the pivot, 11 pounds of pressure, and I should have about 405 gallons per minute coming through the flow meter. And if not, then I will probably go buy a smaller package, which is smaller little tips or smaller nozzles or whatever you call them, and replace the ones down the pivot and the whole system, and it'll build more pressure because there'll be less water that can go through. Well, it doesn't look like the pressure's too low. Go check it out. I won't get stuck here. Oh, pressure's up today. That is a big old bee, or wasp, or whatever you want to call it. So we're at 16 pounds today. So we'll probably have more than 405 gallons per minute coming through here. It's an electric flow meter. It's showing about 410. This is the stuff that I had to replant because of herbicide or heat. We still don't know. And it's finally starting to grow. It just stayed small forever. And yeah, I still have very much grass, which I'm going to take care of that soon. Take care of all this grass soon here. Probably in the wind there. But yeah, it's starting to look decent. I haven't seen any blooms on it yet, so that's a good thing. This stuff I want to get a little taller before it starts blooming. But it looks pretty healthy. I don't know if the camera's going to catch it, but there's a darker green area right there. And that's from, I left 8 rows of that other stuff, so I'll go over there and show you the difference from the first plant to the replant. Yeah, it's starting to look pretty healthy. This stuff got fertilizer, and it's still getting fertilizer as we're speaking right now. This is the first row here of the old stuff. This is the replant right here. So, I mean, there you can kind of see the difference. This stuff is quite a bit wider and taller than this stuff here. And this stuff is already blooming. It's got a yellow flower. There's a red flower already. When they turn red, that means that it's about to turn into a bowl. So yeah, you can tell right here. I mean, that stuff looks pretty good. Of course, this is my healthiest dirt here. You can tell the difference right here. Now this row here is the old stuff, and that over there is the replant. So you can tell the difference pretty good here. Too bad I couldn't just keep it all. Too bad the whole half didn't grow like this. I would have that big of cotton everywhere, but sometimes that happens. We have been getting, yesterday and today we have been getting a northeast to east wind. So it has helped the temperature. I mean, it was still very hot yesterday, but I think today it's supposed to cool down to like 93 or something. I mean, that's pretty cool this time of year. And also, if it's a northeast to east wind, very good chance that it'll blow some rain in. And we do have some rain. Whew. We do have a chance of rain coming in. So hopefully, sure got a lot of flying bugs out here. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Cotton will take off this week after we get big rain anyway. So that way I'll be able to rest the wells and they'll be able to fill up with water again and just be awesome. Now this is my other half. This is the half I planted before I replanted that half. And you can see it's quite a bit smaller here. And that's because of all this nutgrass. But I took care of it pretty good this year. Last year this cotton was, in areas like this, it was all this size. But this year it's all about this size. So, I mean, there's a couple spots that are still a little smaller, but last year it was all about that size, and all this whole area here. There's a huge area here that's nutgrass, and it still came out making 2.9 bales to the acre or something like that. So it takes it a while to grow out of the nutgrass, but once it's finally out of it, then the nutgrass doesn't bother it anymore. But this year I took care of it a whole lot more. It's a lot taller already than it was last year. But here I can show you a more average. This is about what it looks on average here. it's looking pretty good. This is the same variety I had last year, but I had this variety on the other half. Or did I have it on? I think I did have it on this half. I'm not even sure anymore. I might have had the same variety on the same half. I got quite a bit of volunteer of it, so still need to clean that up a little more. I did run the rolling cultivator. That's what you see in here. That stuff works pretty good, but can't really take care of the cotton because cotton grows such deep roots. It'll root down 4 feet. Of course I rip it off, but yeah, they have very strong roots. Looks like a cotton plant that isn't resistant to the new chemical is getting killed by something there, by some chemicals I've been spraying that's killing my weeds. So yeah, that's probably what all your cotton would look like if it wasn't genetically modified. This here is my best looking cotton right now. It's looking pretty healthy. It's growing good. This is where I had my peanuts last year. And it's looking very good overall. Really? A little bit of a bump there. Yeah, this stuff's looking pretty good. Still a little smaller than I think it's smaller than most of my cotton was last year, but haven't been getting the rains, so. And this is my dry land here. This is the stuff that I kept from the first planting, that I planted in the flat and the dry. I mean, it's a little skippy, especially if you look across like this, but I think it'll help me this year since it's so dry. But it's looking pretty good. It's I'm very impressed with how tall it's getting for not getting really any rain when it needs it. This is the stuff that I replanted. It's quite a bit smaller yet, and it has not bloomed yet, which is a good thing. If it would bloom now, it would just finish out whatever, probably have like 2 bowls per plant, and that wouldn't help at all. But here you can tell the difference. Like, that's the stuff, that's the first plant right there, and that's the replant, which there's going to be a straight line here. You'll be able to tell the difference. This is plant, and that's replant right there. So it's quite a bit smaller than the first stuff, so I wish I could have kept all my first stuff, but if we get a rain yet, this stuff can still make a crop. You can see some areas like right there that some of the old stuff stayed there and took over the replant, but that's fine. Some volunteer cotton. Other than that, it's pretty clean this year because the weeds can't come up, but if we get a rain, I guarantee you we'll get a lot of weeds, but we'll just run some chemicals over it and kill it. So yeah, that's where I'm at with my farms right now this time of year. Not much tractor driving work. I ran the rolling cultivator on that full circle. Other than that, I haven't really done much. Just here and there, spraying, fertilizing, stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully we get a nice rain and we'll be able to make a crop yet. I'll probably just like mostly do vehicle videos from here on out. I'll probably still show you all some updates or whatever, drive my old vehicle over here yet and stuff, show you the crops, but most of it I'll probably just start working on vehicles and changing my channel to that slowly. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you next time.